Hello, and welcome everyone to the art stream, the live show. Hello, and welcome. Hope you're all having a pleasant Tuesday night. Hi, um, welcome to Tuesday Night Draw, which is not as good of a title as Monday Night Draw, but I fell asleep super early last night, so there is no art stream last night. So we're doing one today. So yeah, hi. Welcome to the Tuesday Night Draw with your host, PXB Art. That is me. I'm an animator, 3D artist, and illustrator, currently with CBS Sports and a few other places. Thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to be doing some art as per usual. Yeah, glad everyone is joining me today. If you're watching this live, you're watching this, watching the archive. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Yeah, some pretty big news this week. Got nominated for another Emmy award, which is pretty great. My team worked on a animated anthology of women throughout the history of sports. So we did like 10 animated shorts based around that topic, and submitted it into the Emmy committee, and we got the nomination again, which is nice. It's our second, this team's second Emmy nomination. It's my personal second Emmy nomination, and yeah, it's pretty nice because I art directed and a few of the pieces, or at least like one of the pieces, and pretty much worked on all of them. I had a little bit of work, either doing illustration or 3D modeling, character animation, and yeah, it's like we did. The cool thing about it is that we kind of did it on a bit of a shoestring budget, because like the project was kind of given to us last minute by one of the producers. They're like, oh hey, it's like mid-February, Women's Month starts in March. So if you guys can produce 10 animated shorts that we're gonna premiere in March, and then have one like once a month every month for the rest of the year, yeah, that'd be great. And we went ahead and did that, and we got it pretty much done between all of our other work for NCAA basketball and football and all that crazy stuff. Especially considering last year was a crazy year. As far as like work schedules go, we were all started working from home, and we were able to pull off this kind of thing, this kind of effort. So yeah, I'm glad that we have that under our belt. The sports Emmys are first week of June, so we're gonna know the results by then. Last year it was delayed to like September, so that's when we found out that we lost. So hopefully this year we won't lose. But yeah, glad to be back streaming. I've been a little MIA due to work stuff and just being generally tired. I'm old. Yeah, so tonight, what do we have on deck? We're gonna go. Yeah, I've started a drawing of Tifa from Final Fantasy VII, which was a art commission from a user on Twitter that reached out to me that wanted this piece done. They wanted a headshot with ink, so we're going to go ahead and do that. If you would also like to book a commission of your own, feel free to reach out to me. I'll send you my rates. My rates are also posted on Instagram and on Twitter. If you want to follow me there at PXBArt, that's where I'm found on the web. Just type at PXBArt on pretty much any website that has a social link to it, that has profiles to it. If you type in PXBArt, you will find me there usually. Whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok. I'm on Artful now. I'm pretty sure if you type PXBArt on MySpace, you'll find my face there. But anyway, welcome to the stream. Like I said, we're doing some fan art of Tifa Lockhart. And that's what we usually do here. If this is your first time joining us, we do art streams, whatnot. We just listen to music, we just draw. Um, and being a animation professional in New York, I'm glad to answer any and all questions about my process, about my work history, or just the kind of like the animation industry in general in New York. And yeah, I've been at it for about 13 years now, doing art and animation stuff professionally. And yeah, I have a lot of knowledge to share. If anyone wants to tap into that, I'm glad to share it, because that's the kind of thing that I sought out when I was starting out. Just kind of anyone willing to share the knowledge. Yeah, I started doing these art streams, as I mentioned before in the past, because I like to draw on my way to work. Usually on Subway, I have about 2 hours to kill. Take a sketchbook with me and draw whatever comes to mind. But I don't have a commute anymore, so I have an art stream to kind of motivate me to keep drawing. Just kind of light a fire under my ass to just draw whenever I can. So let's go ahead and get started. And it'd be nice if I had my Wacom pencil with me. Hey SimperX, how's it going? Thank you for hosting the stream. Glad to have you here. We're gonna have to cut the stream early if I cannot find my pen, which hopefully I can find it. I had it like 2 seconds ago. It's in my pocket. Or I might have left it in the kitchen. But in any case, if we do not find the pen, let me show you what I was working on. So, as I mentioned before, this is a commission that I had a user on Twitter reach out to me to do. He wanted Tifa, so I started working on Tifa. I have like my little purple pencil layer underneath, and I started working on the actual pencils. And this is not Han and Leia. This is left over from our last stream. So let's Tifa Lockhart. Let's update that, hit done, and cool, let's update that, make sure that's up to date. And, oh, there it is. Found it. But in any case, so what our plan is today is to finish up that drawing. I'm going to do the inks on it, line art on it, which hopefully shouldn't take super duper long. And I'll add some shading to it, and yeah, post that tomorrow and send it along. But the other thing I want to do tonight is show off this thing. This is the Sega Astro City Mini arcade. Just got it in from Limited Run Games. Shoutouts to them for making this in English, or just bringing this piece of little hardware over from Japan. And yeah, it's one of those little mini console things that has like a bunch of games built into it. And yeah, this thing, whereas like the NES Mini or the Famicom Mini had like Nintendo games on it. Super Nintendo Mini had Super Nintendo games on it. What does the Astro City have? So this is Sega's. This is like basically kind of like the arcade shell that they use in like if you've been to like a Japanese arcade, you see a Sega arcade game, they all kind of look like this with the green buttons and the green joystick. So this particular thing has has games on it like Altered Beast, Space Harrier, Outrun, your usual pretty much those games that you would see as mini games in Shenmue or in the Yakuza series. Even has Virtua Fighter 1 on it. Little bummed it doesn't have Virtua Fighter 2, but I think it's I think they tried to steer away from having like a sequel to it. Like too many sequels on there. Like they don't have Space Harrier 2 or Outrun 2. But yeah, it actually has quite a lot of games. So when we're done with our drawing, I'm gonna go ahead and play. And the cool thing about it is, like, yeah, so you turn it on, the games appear on this screen and whatnot. But it also has this HDMI out, so you can actually plug it into your TV or computer monitor, or bigger screen. The only downside of that though is that you're still using this little play area, so you're like which they do have two little USB spots on the back here. They sold these Astro City themed arcade sticks that, like, so that way you can actually do two players on it if you want. I didn't pick that up because I didn't really see the need to, and also because once it kind of occurred to me, like, maybe I might want one. They were sold out. This Astro City cabinet, like, it's been available in Japan for a while. Not that it was super plentiful over there, but, like, they did make a limited run games. Did make a release for it over here in the States that has manuals translated into English. All the language inside the machine is in English. All the packaging is in English. But they only made maybe about like 3,000, and then for the accessories they made even less. So I was barely able to get one of these. I just happened to be on the website like the day that the pre-order went up, and I was just like, okay, yeah, on that one, grab that. And then I saw the accessories, and I was like, yeah, I want the accessories. Like, yeah, actually, like, I have the controller looks pretty nice, and then there's also this little stand thing to put it on that came with like a little chair that I wanted. That had like this little Sonic figure. I wanted to like put it on there so I could just display it, but that's sold out immediately. They literally had like less than 1,000 of those, maybe like 300 of them. So the second I even thought, I'm like, oh yeah, I want the little standy thing. It's gone. Too late. Gone. So the plan now is to just kind of keep an eye out on like eBay for like the Japanese version of it, which it's just a still stand thing. So like I don't really need it. Need the packaging for that translated to English. So that's the deal with that thing. So I want to dive into that and maybe try to beat Space Harrier tonight. I've never beat Space Harrier before, so maybe we can beat Space Harrier tonight. Tonight will be the run. All right. Sound good? If that sounds good to everyone, then we can go ahead and do that. As I said, we're here to enjoy each other's company, to listen to some music, chill out. It's been a long day. It's a Tuesday. It's still early in the week. And here we are, late show. Here on the East Coast of the United States, like I am. It's about 11 p.m. And yeah, we're just gonna draw into the night because I typically am a night owl. So I like to stay up late and work, which is normally the case, but lately it's just been, I think, a little tired. And my usual housekeeping stuff, I'm just gonna go ahead and go over while I am drawing. As I mentioned before, I'm on a whole variety of social media sites, so give me a follow at PXBArt on all of them to keep up to date with what I'm doing. Reach out to me and say hi. As I mentioned before, I do take commissions, so you can reach out to me on any of the social media sites or email me at peter@pxbart.com. And yeah, let me know what I can do for you, and I'll send you my pricing and my rates. The store, the merch shop is having a sale. 30% off all wall tapestries and free shipping. If you follow the link right below the video here. society6.com/pxbart is where you can go ahead and check out all my merch. You can also check out the Linktree link right below the video. That'll take you to all my social medias, all my merch shops, and it'll take you to my coffee shop, where if you'd like to support the stream directly and just tip like $3 or $6, which are always greatly appreciated, go ahead and do that. Either way, this stream is always free. Tips are never mandatory, but they are deeply appreciated, and they help cover the cost of like software subscriptions and whatnot. And they also help fund game giveaways, which we're gonna do soon. We actually got 50 followers. We're at like 53 followers now. So thank you everyone who has followed in recent weeks. We have reached our goal of 50 followers. Hey, how's it going, 50% T? Just in time for the announcement. Can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, unfortunately, my mic is at the maximum level, so I'm going to turn down the chill hop radio to like half. Is that a better? We got 53. We got 53. So that means we are doing another game giveaway stream soon. I was gonna aim for this Saturday, but I have a dentist appointment Saturday, so probably the Saturday after that. So I have a few Steam keys that I'm giving away. Just a few Steam games, a couple mystery items, and we have one big ticket item for that. If you're a follower, you are eligible to win. And that is Resident Evil 8, or Resident Evil Village. And this is for the Steam version of the game. I've recently was given a code for that game. And honestly, I am still working on Resident Evil 2. And I have made no progress in Resident Evil 2 because I am too scared to move forward in that game. So I am going to give Resident Evil 8 out to someone who will appreciate it. Yep, we finally did it. That means we can set our eyes to our next goal, which is 100 followers. So we're gonna go ahead and aim for that. Actually, I should update this little counter thing, but I don't know how to do that like in midstream. So I'll do that at some point after I sign off. But yes, we have achieved 53 followers. So thank you for everyone. Thank you very much. I got Twitch affiliate. No, I need people to stick around and watch during the stream. I need concurrent viewers, which got a few people viewing. No one's saying anything, so I'm going to assume that they're there. So yeah, so we need to have at least three viewers per stream to achieve affiliate. And yeah, we'll get there. As I always say, like, I do these streams for fun. I'm honestly not trying to monetize this because I have other ways of getting income. But it's nice. Want to get an alt account? I will not tell you to get an alt account. Wink, wink. You do you. I do not control what my viewers do. And in fact, I will actively discourage you from doing so. Wink, wink. But if you were to do so of your own volition, there's nothing I can do to stop you. Wink, wink. But yeah, but like I said, it's not a. It is not a super huge deal for me. Like yeah, like I said, it's if it happens, it happens. Yep, we got Simper X watching on 2 accounts allegedly. And that's the key word here, folks. Allegedly and plausible deniability. Got 4 accounts. Cool, cool. And as always, I appreciate the views. I appreciate you. More than anything, I appreciate you guys keeping me company while I take my art journey here. How's it going, Simper X? Nice to see you. I was watching you stream Resident Evil 8 before. He's going for all the trophies in that game. So I recommend you check him out so you can see all the pro strats for that game. Almost a platinum. Hell yeah. Game is too easy. Yeah, I kind of feel like that's the I don't know, because I haven't played a Resident Evil game to completion, like, ever. But, like, everyone that I know that's into Resident Evil games, like, they're all... I always get the impression that they're, like, always, like, super short, and they're very repeatable. Like, it's very fun to kind of go back in and take on all these zombies that initially were, like, scary. And then by like your second or third playthrough, you're just like, well, yeah, I'm just gonna like kill them all with like a knife. These zombies ain't shit. Or in this case, wolfmen. So Simper, is this game easier than Resident Evil 8? I'm sorry, Resident Evil 7? Killing them all with the knife, yeah. Yeah, because to me, as someone who's like too scared to actually touch a Resident Evil game, like seeing people being like, yeah, it's I go in and like kill everything with the knife. It's kind of funny seeing that kind of like built into the game now. That's like a challenge that like most people like in the PS1, PS2 era would just kind of just do on their own. But now Capcom's like, yeah, this is totally like a way to play the game. Like we're encouraging you to do this with the game. They made it less scary than 7. I think with 7 they had the VR support with that one too. Which I don't know if they do that on the because I know 7 is on Game Pass on PC and actually might install it and give it a little bit of a go. Since I have the I wanted to try it out with VR since I have the Oculus here. It's just hot now, yeah. Yeah, RE8. It sold like 3 million units its first weekend, which is like that's pretty good. It's those are like blockbuster numbers. Those, like you don't really see those numbers in games anymore, and it's been kind of like the release that everyone's been talking about for like the past 7 days. I know everyone's been hyped for my RE8. Sure, I'll take you up on that. However, like I said, I will probably be. I still have RE2, the remake, like sitting here in like my desk. Like I got maybe like an hour or two into that, and I'm just like, oh man, there's like something like. I forgot. I was like in the police station, and then like it was like right after the guy who's stuck under the gate gets split in half, and then there's like that kind of hallway that you go in through right after. I was just kind of like walking in there. I'm just like, something's gonna fucking pop out right now. I don't like that shit. It got real bad too, because like I actually went back and played RE1 semi recently on like the PlayStation Classic, and yeah, I was like I still felt like anxious playing that game, even though it looks like it's all blocky and stuff. RE3 remake was really good. But yeah, that's good to hear, because remember when it came out last year, a lot of people were kind of generally down on the RE3 remake. Because there's like some people were saying that, oh, there's like cut content from the original that they didn't include on this, and they're kind of complaining. Even though it was one of those games that it came out like pretty early on in quarantine, so you could kind of see that, like, yeah, this is some sacrifices had to be made, because like the team at this point was obviously like kind of started working remotely. Yep, I agree with that. There's gonna be some stuff that like, yeah, it doesn't make it over. But still, man, people are clamoring for content. Content, as they say. They're just like, if you kind of if you gave them something before, they're never gonna accept that. Like, oh hey, this thing is just not here now. A little bit of Tifa butt there. Alright, so let's start filling in some of the hair here. Gonna turn off the underlying sketch. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the DLC for Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I think is out in like a month or two. It's like yeah, I was gonna say like, oh yeah, it's out in like 2 months in June, but then like it's May already, and I was like, oh shit, like time has been passing by real quick lately. I know our office is actually planning a return in like July, so we're gonna see how that goes. I am actually fully vaccinated as of 2 weeks ago. Waiting for Guilty Gear in June. Oh yeah, that new Guilty Gear like just looks really great. Like everything that Arxis does, it's just really, really pretty. And pretty much the only reason I've ever picked up a Guilty Gear game in the past, because I'm typically a Street Fighter person, Street Fighter head. And I say that as if I'm good at Street Fighter, but I'm not that great. But Guilty Gear, like the fighting systems, and BlazBlue, like they never really clicked with me. but those games just look great. So that I just remember in college, like, yeah, I thought I was like decent enough at like Marvel vs. Capcom, and then I played against like Bryant. I remember him from college, and like, yeah, just got smoked like that. I was like, yep, that's a player right there. Nice, yeah. I remember this one time we were like at NYT like all night because I think we did like a game night or something, and like half of us were playing games, and like there's like they had like Capcom vs SNK2 or was Capcom and like DDR set up in a room while they're like we're like half of us were playing there, and then like the other half of us were like working on our animations or animation final. And I just remembered like kind of going in there every once in a while, just gonna be like, all right, it's my turn. I'm gonna play Bryant. I think I was also gonna play Andrew, and then like yeah, I had decent like I was going kind of like 50-50 with Andrew, but then like against Bryant, it was just like just every time squish. Could not be his chun. Keep this very light. Yep, pretty much. And yeah, Simper, I don't know if you remember that. Pretty sure you remember that night. Like, yeah, I think that was the night that Ahmed like put his fist or his foot through the wall. Oh, and again, the word is allegedly put his fist or foot through the wall. Yeah. Good times that night. Yep. And again, this is all alleged. We are not confirming or denying that any such activities took place that night. I remember, yeah, Ahmed. I hung out with him like a couple times after graduation. And, like I meant to call him and like hang out some more, but then like I changed phones and like lost his number, and have not been able to contact him since. Wonder how he's doing. Alright, I think we are ready to ink this chick. Let's just sign our pencils here. Boom. Switch our color over to black. Hit P again for our pen tool, and we're gonna go with our rusty nib tools, smooth natural, to kind of give us a nice little outline here. So the word from Sony this week is that apparently PS5s will be hard to get until sometime in mid-2022, which is at this point I'm just kind of like, I don't care anymore. You only see 2 viewers. What? Yep, so those production snafus are gonna last for a little bit, which was to be expected. Although allegedly Walmart is supposed to have them in store like next week or in the next couple weeks. That they're going to try to steer away from doing things in person. I'm sorry, online. Now that COVID stuff is kind of calming down a little bit in the States. Oh yeah? That wouldn't be surprising. Kind of like I remember how the PS3s were, how those were like super expensive to make because they basically had a PS2 inside them, and then they stopped making that version. And took out the backwards compatibility with PS2. There were 3 versions of the PS4 before they made the PS4 Slim and Pro. Oh yeah? I remember PS4, like the only one I got, I have like a launch model PS4. That was the one I got, and then I didn't know that they made other ones. Was the difference just like hard drive space or something? Yeah, the PS4 Pro is such a weird concept. Even like the Xbox One X. Because it seemed like it was targeted to those people that were like, yeah, you already have this console, but you want a better version of this console. But that seemed kind of like a hard sell to be like, yeah, you want this better console because like it'll display better on like a 4K TV. The others used a different version of a different motherboard and fan, so the parts were switched to the back of the system, like an HDMI next to the power cord, and one system next to either. Okay. So did that affect things like how loud the fan is on the base PS4? So I tell you, I was like. The other night I was playing Yakuza 0 on my PS4, and I was just like watching a cutscene, and it sounded like it was gonna take off. The fan was just going crazy. It was going nuts. Most of those miles outside. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like, the handy thing about the PS5 though is like that it plays PS4 games. So like my kind of plan is that like my PS4 I'll kind of keep around as a spare, or I'll just keep it like here in my office to like do game streaming. Because like typically right now what I do is like whenever I'm going to stream a PS4 game, I have to take it out of my living room and like kind of bring it here and plug it in and whatnot. And then when I want to, because like sometimes I'll watch movies or Netflix and whatnot with my wife, and then I have to make sure that the thing is hooked up over there. Plus she likes to play Just Dance, so we have that on PS4. So when I'm not streaming a PS4 game, I have to make sure it's hooked up to the living room. So if I get a PS5, that'll be the living room console, and then PS4 would just be here as a spare. Have all your systems in the closet. Yeah, the ones that I have hooked up right now are my PS4, which is in the living room and sometimes does double duty here in the office, and my Switch. And that is pretty much it. Actually, I do, and the other consoles, they're like the retro consoles that I have a Saturn hooked up in my other room. That's hooked up to like a CRT TV along with the Dreamcast. Although they're just kind of like sitting there, but the cords are like not plugged in, because I haven't when I'm not using it, I tend to just leave it unplugged. And yeah, I still have my Xbox 360 here, which it has like this drive on it is just like, it is such a pain in the ass to open. That's like not even worth like kind of looking at. Yeah, I kind of want to. Part of me kind of wants to get an Xbox Series X, so I can Not that I'm going to play 360 games, but like I'll have the ability to go back to those 360 games should I choose to. Because you can just put them into the Series X. Yeah, I have Game Pass, but I have the Game Pass for PC, and that's been real great. Actually, I just signed up for it for the first time like a couple months ago because I have some coworkers that wanted to play Sea of Thieves online. So I went ahead and signed up for that, and it's phenomenal, man. It's crazy the amount of games that they give you. Oh yeah, you can link it. So they have there's like 3 Game Passes. There's like Game Pass regular for for your Xbox consoles, one for PC, and then Game Pass Ultimate, which is both, and it also lets you like stream from your PC to like a tablet. Yeah, Ultimate's real handy. I just don't have Ultimate right now because I don't have an Xbox. I don't have a Series X, or nor do I have any of the Xbox. Like I completely skipped over Xbox One. Because going into the last generation of consoles, like PS4, Xbox One, I thought I was gonna. I thought of when I had my 360, I was like, yeah, my next console is gonna be like whatever Xbox does. Then all the early stuff came out that they're like, oh yeah, you can't share games. Everything's gonna be download only. Blah blah blah. It always has to be online. And that's kind of like what turned me off from Xbox One, even though that stuff never actually didn't end up happening. But like the messaging was already out there, and by the time they did kind of about face on that, I had already decided that like, yeah, I'm gonna go with PS4. And then when I looked back at even when I look back at the Xbox One, yeah, yeah, the first Xbox was weird. It was like it felt like a weird kind of. To me, it kind of felt like if you would watch like Law and Order or SVU or something like that. Um, like if you like see one of those cop shows where they're like, oh yeah, this is like what a video game console like looks and feels like. That's what like an Xbox, the original one, kind of like felt like. You never wanted to support Xbox. Yeah, like kind of Microsoft getting into the game space was weird at the time. But what really kind of turned me around on them was the Xbox 360 and the whole Xbox Live kind of architecture there. Because back then, like the Xbox Live, it was just simple and easy to use. It was just like, you get a screen name, you can add friends, you can just play with friends. Sure, you have to pay $50 like a year, but like you don't have to think about it. You just like screen name. You get to play Gears of War together. Oh, a Series X just for the games, not really a system. No. Yeah, they wouldn't let you close an account, but opening an account was super fucking easy. Yeah, because 360 I got pretty much. I bought a 360 because I could not buy a PS3 or a Wii that year. I had like money saved up to buy a new console. I was like, yeah, I want one of these new consoles. I went to like some game shop in Astoria, Queens. They were like, yeah, we'll sell you a Wii for like $600. And I was like, ah, fuck off. But then they had a 360 for like $300, and then you could choose from like 2 games as well. You can get like 2 free games. So I got Gears of War and that 2006 Sonic the Hedgehog game, which getting home I was like, yeah, I'm gonna like play the shit out of this Sonic game. But then like it turned out to be like the worst game I've ever. It's like literally the worst Sonic game I've ever played, possibly the worst game I ever played in my life. But Gears of War, I was just like, whoa, like I played it split screen with my brother. I had a friend who had recently moved across country at the time, so he had it too, so we played on Xbox Live, and it was like, it was great. Like I had never, like I know that kind of stuff had existed on PC for a very long time, but like yeah, being able to like have a console that like just lets you play online like that very easily was mind blowing at the time. And eventually, like PS3, the Sony would catch up to it. And Nintendo systems are not built for online anything. You close your first account and they had me on the phone for like 10 minutes trying to get me to either keep it or give the account to someone else. Yep, that's what they'll do. They want that They want that $50 a month, $50 a year from you. Yeah, Gears of War was really a game that me and my brothers played. It really brought us together and our bunch of memories together with it. Same with Halo. Yeah. Gears of War is really like the first time I booted up Gears of War. Like I said, like I got the 360 in order to play Sonic 2006, and I booted Sonic up, and I was like, ah, this looks like a slightly prettier Dreamcast game. But then I tossed in Gears of War. I was like, yo, like fucking bump maps, man. Bump maps and normal maps. Like you can actually see the little bumps on the little pores on this guy's skin. God of War, not Gears of War, yeah. I remember Brian Kennedy, like yeah, he was the God of War head in our class. I feel like he would snap you in half if you made that confusion. If you confused Gears of War with God of War. Yeah, the customer service for like that stuff is just kind of like super weird and kind of shitty. But like, you know, assuming you wanted to keep the account and you're like not super familiar with that stuff, like yeah, it was a revelation for what online gaming could be, how accessible it could be. As long as you want to give them money, they'll be like, yeah, of course. But the second you're like, I don't really want to give you my money anymore, they're like, we're gonna make this as shitty as possible for you. He made everyone he ever saw play the game. Yep, that was my first memory of Brian in college. Like, I think we had like a 3D Studio Max class together, and he was like, who did we have? Oh yeah, we had professor. We had Robert Smith as professor, and then we had to show like references or something, like stuff that we kind of wanted to emulate in our art. And like, yeah, Brian shows up and he's like, God of War. Just everything is like God of War. Am I drawing on a PC or iPad? I'm drawing on a PC. So I'm drawing on Windows 10 using Clip Studio Paint Pro. I'm using a Cintiq 13 HD. Clip Studio Paint Pro is the program. and it is one that I have grown to appreciate a lot because I am coming from Photoshop, and yeah, for like illustration stuff, I really like Clip Studio Paint because it just when you're doing like line art and stuff, it feels really good. Just like kind of like the way the pen interacts with the canvas here, the way it kind of like helps smooth out your lines just a little bit, but doesn't do it too much. The way it lets you kind of like, oh hey, I want to draw a line from here to here, so I could just hit here, hold down shift, it lets me make like a perfectly straight line there as if I'm using a ruler, which is not something Photoshop does. Tried a 16-inch Cintiq and felt like the screen was too small, and then 22 it still feels small. 27 Cintiq. Yeah, I have a 22 at in my office, and it's like still there. It's there, and hopefully I get to use it again when we go back to the office in a couple months. But yeah, actually that one I thought was kind of too big for me. This I'm using like the 13-inch one right now, and it feels all right to me. Plus it helps that it fits on my desk, because like my desk right now is like, this is like my little work area here. And then I like having I have like two monitors over here that for some reason like my wife keeps on telling me like, instead of having like two monitors, you should just get like one of those ultra wide monitors just so you have one. But for some reason like I just think better, or like I'm able to like work better if I'm able to put like, okay, this monitor has After Effects, this monitor has Cinema 4D, this monitor has Photoshop, and like having them like on an ultra wide monitor being kind of like big screen, like, you know, pretty much taking up the same amount of real estate screen wise, doesn't for some reason that doesn't click with me at all. Just having like that little barrier between screens kind of makes me feel better for some reason, and it's weird and it doesn't make sense. But that's how I work. And to that end, like, yeah, having like a Cintiq here that actually fits on my desk is probably like that's what works for me. Might take you up on that. Yeah, we could chat on offline how much you want for that. Because this 13-inch is actually a loaner from work, so I have to give it back when I go back to the office. Yeah, just being able to kind of like separate things is like psychologically does a lot for me. Yeah. So going back to Xbox, so yeah, the only reason why I would consider getting a Series X now is to play my 360 games. To be honest, it's like everything that seems worthwhile that's on a Series X, I can, like, I just upgraded my PC last year, so that they're all on PC. Like every Xbox game that I would possibly want to check out is on PC. And if you have Game Pass on PC, so that stuff is also on there. Like everything that Microsoft does. Yeah, I mean, luckily, like, I was able to buy the parts for my PC. I started buying stuff like in May and kind of like finished up my build in like July. Because even now, like the previous generation of NVIDIA cards are hard to find because like everyone keeps on scalping them. Even like the 20 series cards are like hard. They're just as hard to find as the 30 series. Which at first I was kind of bummed about, like, oh yeah, I should have waited like a month for them to like announce the 3070, the 3080, because I have a 2070 right now. But yeah, but getting a 3070 is just such a pain in the ass right now. Bought a workstation. Yeah, that seems to be like the move to do right now. Is you can actually buy like pre-built workstations that have like those cards in them. And that's pretty much it. That's the only way to buy those cards at like somewhat decent price. But then you also have to buy like, you know, all the other parts in it, so like you still end up spending like 2 G's on a computer. Yeah, but building my own machine, like last year, like before last year, I had never built my own PC. It was just like the previous PC I had, it was like a pre-built one that I bought in like 2010. That lasted me for a while, and it was still pretty good. It was just starting to kind of show its age whenever I started playing video games, but the graphics work was still decent. So yeah, but last year I decided, like, yeah, I'm gonna buy all the parts separate and just assemble it myself, and yeah, that worked out pretty well. It was a fun experience, getting everything piecemeal, and then, like, you know, the day arrived where I'm like, yep, I got my final piece. I'm gonna assemble all this stuff, look at a lot of YouTube videos on how to build this thing, and yeah, hope I don't fuck things up. And yeah, luckily I did not fuck things up. I just ran into a little bit of problem when I installed the RAM, because like I was like, okay, everything's ready to go, plug it in, turn it on, black screen, but the machine is like running, so I'm like, what the hell's going on? Lots of trial and error later, found out like, oh hey, I didn't plug in my RAM like enough. Yeah, so that was fun. That was a nice little bit of panic when I was just like, I spent like all this fucking money on these computer parts, and maybe something's fucked up. But no, everything was good. It was just my stupid ass didn't plug in the thing correctly. Yeah. Didn't buy it for the card. I bought it for the RAM, which is 128 gigs RAM. Well, that's a lot of RAM. 128 gigabytes of RAM. If I had see, at times like this, I wish I had a soundboard like SimperX has. I would do like the little applause thing of like, yeah, that's a lot of RAM. 128 gigs of RAM. That is impressive. I just put in some more RAM on this machine. I had 32 before. I just put in 60, so I put in another 32. So now it is at 64. But damn, 128. That is impressive. So that is my next stream goal, is to get a soundboard of some sort. And play around with that. Soundboards are always nice. That's good. Yeah, like I said, like the previous machine that I had, I bought in 2010. I just upgraded it last year, so it lasted me like 10 years. And at the time, like, you know, it cost me quite a lot. But like, you know, like, kind of want to spec it out, because you're like, this is not something I'm going to like tinker around with every year. I'm not going to be constantly like, you just want a machine that you upgrade once and you don't have to think about it for like a very, very long time. I'm not liking how this hair is coming out. See if I have a thicker brush that I can use to lay down some of those lines here in the hair. And once again, we are drawing Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. This is an art commission from someone who reached out to me on Twitter, asking for a headshot of Tifa. If you would like your very own custom art piece, let me know. I am open for commissions right now. As I wrapped up, I have just freed up a little bit from other gigs that I've been working on, so I am open for commissions now. Let me know what you like, and I'll send you my rates. If you're in the chat, let me know what was your first gaming console. Since we're talking about like purchasing stuff from back in the day. Mine was technically I don't know if the Commodore 64 counts as a console. It was more like a PC thing. It was like more of a computer thing. Which was like, yeah, my dad had one that he used for like work stuff. But then, like, yeah, he would install games for us to use, to play with. %. T, Xbox 360 was your first console. Get the. I was a fucking grown ass man when the 360 came out. God, I fucking feel old. Damn, that's young. And the N64. Yeah, the Commodore 64. Yeah, my dad had it for work. I remember there's a Ghostbusters game that we had installed on it. That was. I'm not gonna say it was a good game, but it was a game. I like Ghostbusters. So we made do. TRS 80 computer before the Commodore 64 is nice. That is ancient. That is. So what did that have on it? The TRS 80. Yeah, because I remember Commodore 64. We had the Ghostbusters game. That was one that we played. It was kind of like more of like a management sim where you had to kind of manage the finances of Ghostbusters Inc. You kind of like the premise of it is like, oh hey, you child are opening up your own Ghostbusters franchise, so you have to manage the funds and stuff. Scarf Man, which is Pac-Man, but you play as a ghost. Oh, that's cool. A little bit of a twist there. Yeah, but my first legit, I guess, console that was like actually a console was the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES. Got that when I was like 5 years old in like 1990. Which, looking back at that now, was like that's kind of like I guess near the kind of tail end of that system, of that console. Because I think in another year the Super Nintendo would be out. Yeah, but the Nintendo, yeah, I played the ever living shit out of that. Got that with the with Duck Hunt and the Mario Kart and the Mario cartridge. That one cartridge that had Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers on it, or Super Mario Brothers on it. Because remember, Super Mario Brothers technically a sequel to Mario Brothers, which was like the game where it's like a two-player kind of co-op game where you play Mario and Luigi, and those where the enemies are constantly coming out of pipes, and you kind of have to flip them over and kick them. Started gaming from the late 80s. Nice. Yeah, I was playing like Ghostbusters in like the late 80s and like Mario in like the super duper early 90s. Yeah, that first Mario game was great. I think at 5 years old, I was able to get pretty far to it. I got to like World 8, like all the way to the end, but could not seal the deal. Could not finish it for like another couple years until I was a little older and could beat Bowser. And then concurrently, I also had Super Mario Brothers 3, which at the time I was like, wow, this is like a better version of Mario Brothers 1. It looked better, played better, you had power-ups, there's a world map. That was some good stuff. Remember that, and Zelda 2. Which I played Zelda 2 before I actually played Zelda 1. So when I actually did get around to playing Zelda 1, I'm like, why is this weird and like kind of like an overhead kind of look? Why isn't it a platformer like Zelda 2? And then when I heard that, oh, they're going to be making a Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo, I'm like, oh great, okay, great, maybe this one will be like Zelda 2. But it wasn't, it was like Zelda 1. Bring out this brush, the Rusty Nib 2 brush, which is a thinner brush so that way we can do a little bit of detailing. Yeah, but of course my favorite games on the NES were the Mega Man games. As much as I like Mario and stuff, like yeah, Mega Man for me is where it's at. And to this day, I still cite like one of my top favorite games ever is Mega Man 3. Which not only was it one of the only Mega Mans that I could actually beat, but to me it had like the coolest premise to it. It actually had like a storyline that was interesting. It had cool looking enemies. And it just like felt epic, you know? I think it's like it was like one of the at the time it was like one of the longer Mega Mans. Because not only did you have to fight the 8 robot masters, as per usual in Mega Man, but instead of going to Wily's castle right away, you had to fight the robot masters from Mega Man 2. Because they came back, and they were out for revenge. And then of course there was the story, which was like, oh hey, so Dr. Wily, who was the bad guy from the last 2 Mega Man games, has actually joined forces with Dr. Light, but then like a third faction has come about and is stealing resources and stolen like a robot from Dr. Light and is trying to take over the world. So Dr. Wily's going to help you stop him. But then, spoilers for Mega Man 3 from 1992 or 1990. Spoilers for Mega Man 3. Dr. Wily was actually the bad guy. It was all a trick so he can get there and like, you know, steal Dr. Light's robot. Giant robot. So he could take over the world. Madness. Dr. Wily was the bad guy the whole time. And then you had the Proto Man thing where like Proto Man was like Mega Man's brother, would show up. Be kind of like a weird boss battle thing where you couldn't kill him, but like you would just damage him enough and then you'd be like, okay, well I'm gonna leave. But he could totally kill you. But you can't kill him. And then you're like, what's the deal with this freaking Proto Man guy? And then at the end you find out, oh, he's Mega Man's brother. Shocking. Twist. So yeah, so then on top of that, then you went to like freaking Dr. Wily's castle, and then you fought like a whole bunch of bad guys there. Like I said, to a child version of me, I was just like, whoa, this is freaking crazy. Twists and turns everywhere. Oop, did not mean to do that. Yeah, but in recent times, like, you know, I go back, I play that game at least once a year, and I might just do that again on stream. Not that I'm a super world record holding speedrunner of that, but I can beat that game relatively quickly from start to finish. Because I've played it so many damn times. Like, to me, it is one of the, it has like some of the best music, some of the best enemy design, some of the best, the more fun powers to use. It is, to me, it is fun. It is like a joy to play, start to finish. Whereas something like Mega Man 2 is a kick in the balls the whole fucking time. Mega Man 2, I like Mega Man 2. I will play Mega Man 2. I've beaten Mega Man 2. The fuck is that game hard? It's hard and it's unforgiving. But I will say Mega Man 2 is one of the games that, like, yeah, it defined a genre and it defined an era. And it defined what that series became. Without the pencil layer underneath. Not good. But yeah. %T, first gaming console, 360. God. I feel so old. Yeah, because when I talk about like, oh yeah, I got a 360, I was like 21 at the time when I got a 360, or I was like 20. I bought that like using money from my job. I was working like a customer service job at the time. Also the 64. Hey, what year were you born in? You're like how old are you? You're like 16, 17 now? So you're definitely born like in the 2000s, right? Because the Nintendo 64, I was like, how old was I? I was like 96. So I would have been like 11 or 10 when the N64 like came out. Which, being a Sega kid at the time, I was kind of a hater towards the Nintendo 64. And I think and as a bitter Sega kid, I'll say history has proven that the Nintendo 64 was one of the weaker Nintendo consoles. Because apart from like Mario 64 and like Ocarina of Time, what good games were for Nintendo 64? 04, but I experienced 90s stuff because of my brothers. That's true. Still, man. You were born in 2000. What was I doing in 2004? 2004, I had started my first year of college. And I had also bought myself a PlayStation 2 with money from my job at Toys R Us, which I don't know if you're old enough to. You're old enough to know what a Toys R Us is, right, T? So yeah, so back when I was like in senior in high school, freshman in college, I worked during the holidays at Toys R Us. The pay was alright for the time. I was certainly happy with the pay. It was like better than the pay that I got from working at like a mom and pop pharmacy that I worked at in high school. But for me, the biggest advantage of working at Toys R Us was the discounts on video games, which is so pretty much I would get paid on Friday and just be like, alright, so I'll give you back my paycheck so I can buy a PS2 and like games. I know what a floppy disk is, fool, so yeah. You went to a bunch of them? Nice. That's what I miss from my childhood. There's nothing like rolling up into a Toys R Us, seeing the huge kind of selection of games there, and like, you know, you would go there and get a ticket from like, they would have like the box art there and then like a little plastic envelope underneath it. You would grab the ticket. You'd pay for take the ticket to the cashier, pay for your thing. Then you'd walk over to like the stock room and it was like some, well, to a childhood version of me, like it was like, oh my god, like this fucking huge ass security dude is like blocking the way to this stock room that has like all the video games in it behind like a gate, a key. But it was just like some random high schooler. And then like, you know, you show them your receipt, they give you the game, you're on your way. And you're like, whoa. Fun story about when I worked at a Toys R Us in college. At that time, I think they had already done away with the whole. Oh yeah, take the ticket to the counter and get your game from there. They just had games on the floor, but they're like in protective like plastic thing. So that was already gone. So one day, I was actually, because I always worked on the floor. Like I never worked on, I never worked as a cashier, I never worked in customer service. But one day I hear some commotion over at the customer service desk. So what had happened was like the manager was losing his shit at like the person who was working customer service that day. So what had happened, someone came in requesting a refund for their PS2 because they said, kid didn't like it, here's a receipt, just refund me the amount, whatever. Customer service rep was like, alright, sure, whatever. They take the receipt, take the box, issue a refund. No fuss, no muss, just here. Here's your money back. Here's like $300 back that you paid for the PlayStation 2. But what was actually inside the box was not a PlayStation 2. It was just a stack of bricks. A literal stack of bricks. So the customer service rep just handed over $300 to this customer, cash, as compensation for a PlayStation 2 box's worth of bricks. So yeah, manager loses his shit. He's like, whatever, what the fuck's wrong with you, blah, blah, blah. person gets written up. I think that person like was fired that day too. And part of me kind of thinks like, yeah, they're probably in on it. This is probably like their friend or whatever, and they're just like, yeah, just split the money with me, whatever. Two weeks later, it happens again. And manager, right? That at this point, it's just like, what the fuck is up with these people that I keep hiring? Different customer service rep, same thing. It might have been the same customer that came in. There was like rumor that it was like, oh yeah, it's the same guy that came in, gave a box of bricks and freaking asked for money and got the money. It was definitely a different customer service rep, because the customer service rep, I remember, got fired that day that the first PS2 incident happened. But I'm not sure if it was a different customer that came in the second time. I would like to believe, yes, it was a different customer, but part of me also kind of wants to think like, yeah, it was totally the same guy, and he just totally keeps getting away with it. And I want to give him props for that. To have that level of dishonesty just takes skill. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun times working at that Toys R Us when I was a 18-year-old. Got to deal with that. Some mild racism. But everyone else who was there was either like my age, or just like, yeah, I'm just kind of like just here because I need money to pay for like college or whatever. Or, oh hey, I'm here because I love getting free discount on like toys and games. And then everyone else is kind of like your stereotypical like stoner. Yeah. Some say he's still doing it to this day. Which Toys R Us is still exist. I went to the Philippines like 2 years ago. Actually, like around this time in like May 2 years ago. And yeah, there were totally Toys R Us's still over there. Alright. So I might leave this like this soon. The next thing we're going to do, the final thing to kind of close this out, is go underneath this layer, pick a color that is kind of dark black, and start filling that in with one of our brushes. And yeah, just start filling in hair stuff. And we'll call that a night, or we'll call that a night for this drawing. Still going to do a little bit more on the stream tonight because I am still awake. So we got to take advantage of the fact that my old ass still has energy, you know. So as I mentioned before, I got this Astro City Mini cabinet here. What? Let me see. Got this guy in the mail a couple days ago.
take it for a test run today. Get some retro gaming on. Down a little bit. Go a little lighter than that. And work on songs. Nice. Good luck with that, T. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate having you around. when you're done with those songs, I want to hear them, so send them to me on Discord. But there, cool. Alright, and that'll pretty much do it for that. Alright, we're gonna take a little break. A bit. When we come back, we're gonna let's full screen this this lady here. Hit saved, make sure nothing terrible happens. And yeah, here we have our very own Tifa Lockhart. And one thing I like to do as well is toss on like a little paper texture here on top of everything. Just set to multiply, turn down the opacity a bit. Here we go, we got Tifa just kind of gently playing with her hair there. Alright, so I'll be back in about 10 minutes, just going to take a real brief bathroom break. When we come back, we're going to have a little quick look at the Sega Astro City Mini. And perhaps we'll beat some Space Harrier while we're at it. Alright. See you in a little bit. Fading to black now. See ya.
looking straight at me for an answer. They just get what they see. They applaud in the ashes, locking the door till the matinee. So I get to know the cast, though it doesn't last. I'm a pro, but I won't take it too far. Now I know I shouldn't get comfy on the set. Every time it all comes down.
Music a little bit.
That's the truth of the stage.
There you go. Okay. Hey, and welcome back. So we're here again tonight. We just finished drawing this lovely Tifa Lockhart fan art. It's commissioned. Had someone on Twitter reach out to me, commission me this Tifa. Hope they like it. They want to inks and some shading, so went ahead and did that. Don't think I'll get around to adding color to it, which is fine. Maybe I'll add maybe for myself I'll add a little splash of color here for the red. But that's it, no other colors. Even though there is just one color there. Yeah, I'm just getting back to my messages now. Lady Love 43 says, "Nice talk, thanks for the stream night." Thank you very much, Lady Love, for chiming in, for keeping me company tonight. Appreciate it. But we are not done yet. So that brings me to our next section. You might have noticed we changed topics here. Let me just put my full webcam here and move some things around. I just need to open up my game capture software. And hopefully this works out. Okay. So, what we're doing tonight. As I mentioned before, I got this in the mail this past weekend. And that's the Astro City Mini by Sega and Limited Run Games. So this is the box. This has been out in Japan for a bit. That song sounds weird. So this has been out in Japan for a bit. It is one of those mini consoles, but this time it's about like Sega's arcade hits. So like a lot of these games are actually already on the Sega Genesis Mini, but they're like the Sega Genesis versions of these. These are the full-fledged arcade versions. Let me see if we can actually get close and read that. Is that legible? Because I'm not really gonna... I'll go through some of these games right now. Comes with Virtua Fighter 1. It comes with Virtua Fighter 1, Space Harrier, Radmobile, Fantasy Zone, Altered Beast, Golden Axe, The Revenge of Death Adder, which is Golden Axe 2, Alien Syndrome, Alien Storm, Wonder Boy Monsterland, Wonder Boy 3, Monster Lair, Shinobi, Shadow Dancer, Cyber Police, eSWAT, Crackdown, not that Crackdown, Game Ground, Quartet 2, Puyo Puyo 2, Columns 2, Stack Columns, Bonanza Bros, Tant R, Incident R, Scramble Spirits, Sonic Boom, no relation to Sonic the Hedgehog, Dotori Kun, Flicky, which does have a relation to Sonic the Hedgehog, Sega Ninja, My Hero, not My Hero Academia, My Hero Arabian Fight, Dark Edge, Cotton, Alex Kidd with Stella, The Lost Stars, and Scramble Spirits. So all in all, about 37 titles from Sega's arcade history. As I mentioned before, this has been out for a while in Japan, but this has been released in the US with English packaging with like, you know, that way I could actually read what's on the back here. And like, you know, it has the English UI and stuff when you boot it up. So this has been released by Limited Run Games. Normally with their stuff, they take pre-orders and they kind of manufacture based on that. But I got the impression that they had a set stock of this that they received from somewhere else, from the original makers of that. And yeah, they sold those, and they sold through them quick. They had about like maybe like 6,000 units in total. And yeah, I happened to nab one when they went up for pre-order. So yeah, so this is the machine itself. It has little joystick, little 6-button config here, which is pretty handy when you're like, you know, just playing it like that. But when you're playing it like on a screen, you get to feel the cramps there. But yeah, it's got a nice bit of stickers on it. If you're familiar with these machines, not a lot of people are, because like these machines are not super duper common in the States. The thing about Sega, the Sega over here is like kind of mostly known for like the Genesis and like all their sports games on the Genesis, but Sega is like such a bigger deal in Japan. It is a bigger deal in Japan, but because of their arcade stuff, because of their arcade library, and I think they're still like putting out arcade games over there. In fact, they have like their own arcade called Sega World. If you've ever played Yakuza series before, they put Sega World in that. And in fact, like in the Yakuza games, you can actually play some of these games that they have there. I just played Space Harrier like a couple nights ago when I was playing Yakuza 0, trying to get like a high score in there. But the thing is, when you play it in Yakuza 0, they only let you have 1 credit. In this one, they have like a little coin button, so you can just keep spamming that to just keep going, which is what we're going to do. We're going to be fucking Space Harrier tonight. After we kind of like take a look at the UI of all this. Okay, so let me just turn off this music here. Okay, so that's that. So as I mentioned before, it's pretty cool. It's a nice little desktop thing. I plan on having it on my desk at work when I return to work. And like, you know, has like a little USB thing for power, which I tried it out before. I just have it plugged into my computer, and that apparently is enough to power it. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in now. There you go. This little mini USB thing. It lights up. Cool. That means it's ready for business. You flick the switch on the back here, the little yellow thing. And then Sega. And it gives you a little Astro Mini. And look at that gorgeous screen. And don't worry, we're going to plug this into the Elgato so you can actually see what's going on here. I'll just turn that off real quick. Even has a charming shut-off animation. But on the back there is an HDMI out that allows you to plug it into a display, such as... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm going to be playing games here. Just going to move my camera. I think it needs to be... How am I doing battery-wise? I'll do fine. I'm doing just fine. Am I frozen? Am I still frozen? How about now? Great. Just had to move my little photo of my wife there. And then, yeah, got a nice primo shot of me kind of doing that. I'm going to go ahead and move this Cintiq. We were talking about the 13-inch Cintiq before. We're just moving it up here to where my light is there. And I'm just just going to go ahead and plug this guy into the back, which is connected to my Elgato. Make sure the HDMI is facing the right way. Got a nice click there. Alright, and we should be ready to Harrier. So let's, without any further ado, let's go ahead and switch over to our gaming screen. Alright. There's my Elgato settings. So yeah, R.I.P. Mario. Last time we played a game on stream, Mario was dying. Mario is no longer dying, or Mario is already dead. So let's name this Astro City Mini stream. Apologies for the lack of any music right now, but we'll have some music soon. So we're gonna flip the switch, and hope this works out. Tested it out before. It seemed to do fine. One moment, please. Yes, great, thank you. We're not gonna try everything tonight, but we are gonna, like, kind of try to get a good kind of smattering sample of, like, of all the games that we have here. So we have Flicky. The debut game is Flicky from the Sonic series. Avoid Yin Yin and bring the Pew Pews home. Makes sense to me. All right, so let's hit button to start. There's only one. This is a one-button game. Gather up, Pew Pew. So I mentioned before, there's a start button on here. There's a coin button. So yeah, you can keep spamming the coin button. Looks like you're playing this on game or something. Give ourselves a good, healthy 10 crit. Oh, we can only go with 9. Great. Icy Flick. Icy Flicky. Okay. So we gotta avoid the cat. You just came out of nowhere, dude. very slidey. Yay, we did it. So to exit, kicks you all the way back out. Okay, fuck that. So if you hit the coin and the start button at the same time, it takes you to the system menu, where you could, like, you know, do a save state, you can load, you can reset the game, and go back to the game, and this thing that we're about to do right now, which is go back to the main menu. Puma ninjas are blocking the path of Princess Kurumi. Use your shuriken and ninja skills to get to the castle. Alright, so we got a button for ninja skill. B. 8-way shuriken and forward shuriken. Okay. 8 direction shuriken plus stick. Okay, so I gotta press the stick with E to kind of aim it. Okay. Sega Ninja. Ninja Princess. Okay. Some coins in here. Princess Adventure starts. shot. Okay. Little hit ratio. That guy dead? You saw him coming too. So getting a credit does nothing because it the beginning, huh? Okay, we're done with this game. Let's move on. Back to the main menu. My Hero Academia. 1985. Boku no Hero. Oh no, Takeshi's girlfriend Mari has been kidnapped. Save her. Alright. Punch, jump. Punch and jump. Okay. No. Punch. Punch and jump. Punch, punch. Punch, punch. He didn't punch there. Okay. Huh, I like these names. Sniper, stop coming. Fuck, dude. And that's fun for a bit. Let's move on. Alright, so we're making pretty good. Safe space area. Fantasy zone. Weapon 1, weapon 2, weapon 1 rapid. Okay. Side scroll shooter that represents Sega. Collect coins to power up warrior Opa Opa. Alright, insert coin, and we hit start. We got all these threads. Mario Barbara space. This is fantasy zone where rages I feel like I'm missing some story after the line. Why am I doing this? God. Okay, I still carry over mine. Okay. I always get confused between Wonder Boy and Monster Boy. They have one of those for the Switch. One that they did like an HD remaster for. A young boy's big adventure. Use your axe and ride your skateboard. Save your girlfriend, Tina. Girlfriend. I will save my girlfriend. Wonder Boy. Let's see what the attract mode looks like. Wonder Boy, the best players. Ya, Buck. E. A. E. Esk. Sus. Says Mick and Buck. Number 3 is pretty sus. And no licensed by Escape. Sega 1986. Blah blah blah. Alright, let's give this a shot. Actually, hold on. I want to see if I can just turn on the Elgato thing here. Let's turn off left monitor. Turn on Elgato. Does that work? I think it works as long as I don't cut away from the screen. Okay, great. Retro. We good? Does that look good? Okay, so push start button. Only one player. 1 or 2 players. Shit. As far as we get in this game right now. So that's me and Wonder Boy, you're 1986. Two-person version of the game Quartet group action. Oh, I need 2 players for this, so no. We'll skip this one. Alex Kidd. I've never played an Alex Kidd before. Jump and swim, shoot. Collect miracle balls. Rude. Collect miracle balls and light the 12 zodiac signs. There are many traps and obstacles in your way as the stars in the sky. Insert coin. Alex Kidd with Stella. The Lost Stars. Alex Kidd greatest rankings. So this guy was Sega's mascot before Sonic came along. And imagine if Sonic never came along. This is who they would be making a movie with James Marsden about. Bringing Alex Kidd. And then people would be complaining like, his teeth are like too human.
The customer is king. The customer is king.
What?
The customer is king. The customer is king.
Optima is king?
Find the miracle ball.
Find the miracle balls. Okay, we're gonna move on. So that was Alex Kidd. And what? It was like one of these. Alex Kidd, Stella, The Lost Star. Let's try Alien Syndrome. 1987. Oh, this looks kind of like Smash TV. Yeah, Alex Kidd, I kind of want to see Alex Kidd all the way through. Some other time. Select player by joystick. Oh, so it's only two. It just
Round one. The time bomb is set.
Okay. I forgot to Round
one. The time bomb is set.
Time bomb is set. Okay, that's enough of that. What was there? Emergency order. Rescue your teammate trapped by an within time limit. A scary message from another world. Okay. Oh, so that's just a one-button game. Okay. Let's try Shion goes to Monsterland to defeat the dragon. Defeat enemies, collect coins, and power up. Attack and jump. Weapon pops out when you lever down. What? Wonder Boy in Monsterland. We just did another Wonder Boy earlier. Why is this guy in the diaper? God, this is weird. Yeah, we're playing the Astro City Mini arcade cabinet. coins, take your money. Please, someone put clothes on this. I'm not gonna get very far in this one. Let's move on. Alright, Shinobi. The arcade version. Those who stand on your way up. But those who stand on your way up will be slashed. Becomes Joe Musashi and fight the evil Zed, who controls the dark underworld. A ninja action game that became a big hit in the US. Attack, jump, ninjutsu. Got it. Alright, insert coin. We know what Shinobi
Mission
looks like.
1.
Mission 1. Mission 1. Hey, stab me in the freaking head. Like every time they Aye. Boss Pow. Ken O.
Mission 1 finished.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Mission 2.
Mission 2. Okay, so we're gonna move on. That's Ninja Gaiden. Sorry, not Ninja Gaiden. Shinobi. Sonic the Hedgehog, not to be confused with Guile from Street Fighter. Scramble, regain world freedom. Make enemy plane attack. For enemy plane attack, make that super shot. Alright, so we got shoot and super shoot. Okay. 2-button game. Okay. Like where this top-down shooter. Game over. And that's it for this game. That's fun for what it was. Sonic and here it is. Rest in peace.
Rise from your grave.
This game can actually be beat in 10 minutes.
Power up. Power up. Welcome to your doom. Never give up.
Whack. Looks a ton better than the original. Okay, back to the menu. Try another Wonder Boy. Monster there. I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna do oh, this looks better. It was such a better looking game.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. You're doing great. Get ready. Get ready. You're doing great. Get ready. Get ready.
That's like the sound of
Get ready. 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 You're doing great.
I never got this far. It's so tricky.
You're doing great. Get ready. 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 You're doing great. Get ready. 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 You're doing great. Get ready. Get ready. You're doing great. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. You're doing great. You're doing great. Get ready. 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 ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Alright, one sec. I need to know. Okay, got it.
Get ready. Get ready.
Good sign.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
That was like two. Like,
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Congratulations, you win. Here I am. The end. The highest score anyone has ever gotten. Space Harrier. So that's going to do it for us tonight. I have 54 credits left on this thing. I wonder what happens if
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get
that. Let's go back to it. Because the Space Harrier music is really good. Anyway, thank you for sticking with me tonight. It's 2 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, we'll be back soon with another stream. Probably. Yeah, we did our stream tomorrow. I got a short one tomorrow night. So yeah, let's look forward to that. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Again, my name is VII. Find me online under that name, PXDR. On Instagram, Twitter, and all every other social media or whatever. Just type that in. You'll find me somewhere. Type that in. You'll find me anywhere. And that's the best. Instagram and Twitter are the best ways to see and follow what's new with me. Follow me on Artful. If you have a profile there, if you're an artist yourself that has a profile on Artful, be sure to check that out and follow me on there as well. I'm going to be posting this Tifa tomorrow on my Instagram. And let's bring that up. He's still there. This. We're about done here. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Check out my merch shop. Check me out on Coffee if you'd like to help support the stream. Tips are always and donations are always appreciated on there. $3 gets you a digital file, a digital print of any piece that I've worked on stream or anything that's on my Instagram. Just let me know which one you'd like. Make a $3 donation there. Deeply appreciated. $6 gets you a physical mini print if you're within the United States. Just again, let me know which one you want, and your address. I'll send that over to you guys. And thank you. $15 gets you something a bit more exclusive, which is a digital art book, which I put together of anatomy and figure drawings and life drawing sessions that I've done over the years. Stuff that I cannot show on any of my social media platforms because that kind of art. Stuff that yeah, so those are the ways to support me if you like what I do. If you do like what I do, thank you very much. I do appreciate you joining me tonight live or on the archive. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you all real soon. Let's Harrier. Take care. See you all real soon. Take care. Be safe. Take care of each other. Bye.